My first year, I was anxious to start getting customers as quickly as possible because I had bills to pay, like everyone else, and I wanted to get off to a good start. I spent a lot of time planning and strategizing, and just doing a lot of groundwork and hitting the pavement, going to neighborhoods, handing out, different types of flyers and posting things on Facebook. But I didn't understand that you can't. I expected instant results, but you can't always get instant results, or at least not the good, profitable results that are going to continue on for years to come. You can get a lot of quick customers, quick one-time jobs, but they're not necessarily going to be the jobs that are going to turn into weekly clients and regular reoccurring business. So I just had to learn patience, which I have a lot of patience, but in that sense, I just didn't really know um, how long things were going to take, certain things, and especially advertising. And my first year in business, I spent, money and time doing different kinds of advertising to try and promote my business. And it's only until now that some of those things have really paid off and are still continuing to pay off. I'm going into my third full-time year, and it's just one of those things that I just wanted to pass along, that while we have bills to pay and we're anxious and we want to get things done, we have to just remember that certain things take time to build momentum. As long as you do it the right way, and you plant the right seeds and you nurture it, it's going to grow, right? So just in my example with postcards, I spent $100 on postcards that I went around to selective neighborhoods, and I put them in the flyer box, the newspaper box, which is underneath the mailbox, which is perfectly legal and fine to do that. A lot of people advertise that way as long as you're not messing with the actual mailbox itself. If there's a newspaper flyer box underneath the mailbox, then you can do that. Otherwise, you get a door hanger, you put it on the customer's door. There's other, you can put a flyer, a paper flyer that you make on your computer. You can put that in their flyer box. But I decided to go online and use a website online to make my postcards. I collaborated with my wife, make sure the wording looked good and professional, and it was put together nice. And I had some nice looking postcards, and I spent $100 on 1,000 postcards. And again, my wife and I and my kids, and my mother-in-law, we all got in my truck and we drove around one weekend to selective neighborhoods, specific HOAs that I wanted to target, and we put postcards in flyer boxes. It was a nice day. Some people were outside, so we talked to them and personally handed them a postcard and talked really quick about my business and everything. And from those postcards, the first year that I handed out 1,000 postcards, I got one response back that turned into a weekly customer. I got more than one response back, but none of them except for one panned out to be a regular customer that I still have to this day. So one postcard turned into one weekly customer that in 2 weeks paid for those 1,000 postcards. And from that one customer, I have gotten 5 more customers in that same neighborhood. So now you can just continue doing the math. So if the average customer pays you about $1,000 to $1,500 a season, depending on how many weeks you're mowing and how much you're charging for the size of their property, that pack of 1,000 postcards for $100 paid for itself literally in 2 weeks. So just think about that if you're getting frustrated and you're trying to figure out what works. Just stick with something and try it out more than once before you call it quits. You have to give it time to see if it's really going to work.